Crypto open interest almost as low as the FTX collapse back in the early bear of 2022. Well, I guess that's it. It's over. Back to Winnipeg. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning tea. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the winds blow. Oh, the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the The FOMO index has dropped down to 54 from yesterday's 67. Bitcoin dominance is 53%. 24-hour volume is 103 billion. The overall market cap, 2.13 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, when she rains, she sure does pour. Our poor little gal Bitcoin has taken a real doozy on the chin, but we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little dump. Looks like the 50 moving average is about to cross bearish over the 200, which is something we haven't seen happen since way back in January, which saw 11% drawdown before it regained its nards and rallied back up. And where would an 11% in narding take us from here? Well, that's way down at 56.4-ish. We can't get to and above that level. We'll likely see continued bearish action, perhaps to our bear flag playout of 58.7. Some bearish boxes that could get checked is first at our old channel of eternal monotony support at 60.8, which is also the 61.8% fib, the goldenest of golden ratios. And of course, if she's so darn tootin', we could retest this channel of dissension support way down at 59.1, and who knows, maybe even leave a wick to the 78.6% fib down at 57.2. Lord love a duck, she didn't do just that. After getting a hardcore rejection from the 50 moving average yesterday, price action tucked its tail between its legs and started falling, first crashing through our channel of eternal monotony support at 61.8, then continuing down with the frothing mouth of a ravenous bear, finding a bottom and a bounce at 56.5, and has somewhat regained its composure to a time of production 57.2, placing us firmly beneath all three moving averages and into our express elevator channel of little to no volumatic resistance. More on that on the ding dong. But first, my heartbreakingly optimist outlook for today would be just to recover back up and into our old channel of eternal monotony support line, now acting as resistance at or above 61.8. Now over on the ding dong, you can see we've broken down and out of our channel and into this bearish express elevator shaft that we've only spent 3 days in, so there's almost zero volumatic history here to hang our hats on. And if we don't see an instant recovery today, it's the humble opinion of this piano that will see you rip your face off, dip back down to retest support at EGADS 51.8. Really is the next layer of support outside of a complete market turnaround and a V-shaped recovery, which could also happen. But at the same time, this could all be just part of a baked-in anticipation of old Scotch on the Rocks. Jerry Pow Pow's FOMC meeting this afternoon. Hopefully this is the only taste of hawkish pie we get. The market spends the day recovering, although one more bearish thought to squeak in. We've gone on and on ad nauseum for weeks now about how many times a 30% pullback in a bull market is absolutely normal. In fact, we saw at least half a dozen in the last bull run. And so far, if you can believe it, we've only had a 23% drawdown so far. And where would a textbook bull market 30% drawdown take us? Well, that would be at EGADS 51.8, our Bearish Express elevator support line. So there's triple word score at that bearish level. But at least we can say it's normal. It happens every bull market. And then get on with our ever-loving hearts and minds. I guess it's not different this time. Would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed, but we're lucky enough to have anyway. So get out there, knock 'em dead, and remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leads. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. On the banks of boom to spang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Ching. We talked about it. We went over it ad nauseum. We talked about it. And Lord love a duck. If she didn't do just that. Now, it's not a big surprise, is it? It's not rocket science. This is how the market works. We've been discussing it ad nauseum. Well, in bull runs, we usually get 30% pullbacks. I guess we're never going to get it again. Well, we haven't yet. We have a 23% pullback, which seems very violent. You know, I don't know why it seems more violent than the last bull run. I see the way my male mind works is that I forget all trauma. You know, it's like as soon as it's over, it's like I move on, bygones. So like last bull run, the 30% dips, I don't remember 30% dips. I just thought it went straight up. I thought it went straight up to 69, then straight down to 16K. I don't remember any 30% dips. Well, that's just like this one. There'll come a time in the not so distant future where did we really pull back? Did we really get under 60K again? Because I know when I hear words like never, we'll never get underneath this will never see this price again. To me, that's like celebrities buying Bitcoin. As soon as I see celebrities starting to endorse Bitcoin or buying Bitcoin, that's a top indicator when you see celebrities coming in. So I heard a lot of people saying 59K. Oh, we'll never see 59K again. And Jesus, you know, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, well, we're definitely going to hit 59K again.
Now at 23%, how bizarre is that, first off, that it did go to those numbers? It was just yesterday we were talking about it, just yesterday. It's not as low as it can go. So even if we go to the ding dong here, I'll spread it out here. This is 51.8. This is where, as you can see, we've only had 3 days in this. A little bit of chop here, but once we got over it, boom, 3 days and we were out. Never looked back. So if we were to hit this 51.8, now it wouldn't be crazy, and believe me, it'd be great buys for everything. I would imagine Solana would be at 51.8, probably be around $1.12, $1.13, something like that. If you're interested in Solana, I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's not as low as she can go. That's not as low as she can go. I'm thinking maybe this pullback bottom is the 61.8% fib on the monthly chart, watching economic paint dry. I'm going to call it 45K. 45K would be, that to me, that's the bumper or the little blow up bumpers in my bowling alley. It's like it can hit there. I've got that intellectually covered. If we hit there, well, we've talked about it. We know that that's about as far as I think it's going to go. Will it go that far? Yeah, I don't think so. But to me, that's where the bumpers lie. 45K. Now, what really kind of freaks me out is this one. Because, I mean, that was a loose doodle 2 months ago. This is a weekly one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 2 months ago when we hit this pseudo top, we said, well, I could see it kind of drifting off down here, maybe getting to the 50%. Look how it followed it. It's so uncanny. It freaks me out a little bit. Now, even if we immediately go up, it'll still freak me out that it actually got to this point anyway. Dave Digital, there's no news yet, but I'll let you know. It's my practice to never count my chickens till they hatch, especially verbally. So believe me, you'll be the first to know. You and Misco will be the first to know, and then everyone else at the same time. But we'll keep that in the pot percolating for now. But that would be unbelievable. Good morning, Randy Hipper. Miss Teen Crypto. Yes, how bizarre is this? It just followed it to a T. Now the 61.8% fib, the goldenest, the golden pockets, here is 53.1. So that would be somewhere, if we go back to the ding dong, 53.1. Right here. That's just before. Yeah, so if we get 53.1, I'm sniffing out a 51.8 wick for sure. The magic crayon. Yes, E-money. The deadly magic crayon. And I guess this is the 45K doodle. Let's just hope that this doodle doesn't come into play. 45K. However, if it does come into play, do you have something planned for that moment? Do you have some powder? I know, like, there's all these memes with people like completely beat up going on, I can't buy any more dips. I get it. But Randy Hipper, is New York losing its mind today? Is that what you're saying? Absolutely insanity. Bridges getting closed. Well, when it comes to the magic crayon on the charts, there's also another magic crayon. It's how you perceive society and the economy will play itself out. Now, I don't believe, Misco says, please hit the like button, boutique community. Yes, the news that I will be presenting is based on the boutique community's effort, to say the least. And it will be an amazing exercise in what a small amount of people can get done. And we'll leave it at that. Yeah, hit those likes. I got over 100 there. So YouTube doesn't nail this video to the trash wall. How we get out of this mess economically, I think, has a little topping of a revolution of sorts. I mean, it's the only way that these things really end up course correcting. And if they don't have a little bit of a revolution at the bottom of it, well, they don't really course correct. They just get a Band-Aid put on. And we just kind of carry on, kicking the can down the street, so to speak. Driftman, pianomattyb called a dip yesterday. When are getting a Telegram trade chat? I'd pay. Well, hey, have you joined the Discord, Driftman? We're kind of building that right now. And then maybe we'll get to a Telegram. I'm not sure. I don't even know how Discord works, let alone Telegram. I'm like 3 steps behind how things are supposed to be done in this in this ecosphere. Like I told you before, I caught on to Irma Gerd and Grumpy Cat like 4 years after it was done. I thought I just stumbled upon it. Like, oh, look at this Grumpy Cat. I started telling everyone. They're like, yeah, it's pretty old. It's at least 4 years old. So yes, Randy Hipper is trapped in New York City. You're gonna have to be like that movie Escape from New York City. Even the highways were at a standstill last night. Geez, so what is that? What does that guy say? Gas, guns, and gold. That's what you need. You need to be able to get out of your city now. The thing is, most people with new cars can't really get out of their city because if, let's say, the SHIT hit the fan, any new car can be shut off. Even, I mean, there's no keys anymore, right? It's you hit your button, so you're gonna need one of those 2012s or before that. Irma Gerd, that's right, Wick 589. I thought it was so hilarious. pianomattyb, look at the college campuses. Oh, right. Yeah, I did see some of that. See, the problem is, Randy, with that I have is like my news is Twitter, right? So I don't have whatever news I see is on Twitter, and I find the how it's aggregated is so bizarre because, for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. I'll use YouTube. My YouTube. I share it with a bunch of my family members, so it kind of gets everyone's interests kind of end up on my homepage. But then my mom isn't on it. She has the old school one that she sits there and watches the commercials. One? Oh, there's 2? Oh, okay. Anyway, when I'm at her place, I look on her YouTube and it's completely different. It's anti-Trump. Right. And it's not like I watch pro-Trump or anything. I just don't have anti-Trump stuff on my YouTube. But hers, I guess she does watch it sometimes. She's not an anti-Trumper either, but she's more or less orange-pilled from her son, pianomattyb. But it's funny how, you watch a couple videos and all of a sudden you get inundated with a certain narrative. So I've managed to, long story short, Randy, is that when I get too much of one thing, I'll mute it because I find my feed will get too much leaning into one aspect. And when it comes to any type of news, there's a certain negativity that you can't let in your mind, right? You can't let it suffocate you. And I find when you have so many of one thing coming at you, it can start to run amok. And you think that, the end of the world is coming, or not to be hyperbolic, but in certain situations, you feel like there's no end in sight, and it's because you're getting bombarded with this stuff. So, long story short, I just end up muting stuff, so I haven't seen a lot of it, but I knew there was stuff going on with Palestinian protesters or something like that, or I don't know. The whole thing is so crazy to me what's going on that it does make sense. Randy Hibber, I just need to get out of here. Do you have a car that with a key, or do you have a car with a start engine? I'm sure you could get the H out of there. Maybe you can't. Maybe the bridges are closed. Maybe Miss Teen Crypto is officially trapped in New York City. That would be horrible. But, would you be surprised? I mean, it's one of those things. Nothing surprises me anymore after the pandemic. Like for people to say, "Oh, you're trapped in New York City. You can't leave until we get things under control for your safety," right? The majority of people would be like, "Okay, well, I'll stay at home," and I would be, as soon as I heard that, boom. I have friends with combustion engine cars and guns. And I'd immediately be phoning them up because I've already told them I got 3 months worth of food and a water purifier. You have guns and a combustion engine. Let's go out and we'll spend a month somewhere and survive this. Bridges are back now, but last night was sus. Yeah, well, that's a nice, Randy, if there's ever been like a dress rehearsal for what might happen, that is exactly what that was for you. Could it get worse? Yep. Could it also get better? I think so too. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Bullish or bearish today? We sure took a dump last night in the price wise. Bearish, eh? Okay. Well, what do you think? Do you think it'd go down to 45K from 57? It's about 10%. Guess who got his green belt? This kid. This kid's got his green belt in jiu-jitsu. This blows my mind. Can you sing a song of good vibes for Miss Teen Crypto, Randy Hipper?
What do you mean?
Well, she's had a kind of a rough go of it down in New York City. What's a vibey song, a good vibes song for Randy Hipper today? What do you think? What's a fun song? We did Smart Cookie already. How about your song? It's a little slow shoegazer, but you do such a great job of it. Let's try it.
What song?
Your song, an Elton John song for Randy Hipper.
It's a little bit funny. It's a little bit funny. This feeling inside. I'm not one of those you can easily hide. Don't have that much money, but if I did, I would buy a big house where we both could live.
Outside of New York City. Sorry.
I forgot.
And you can tell.
You can tell everybody that this is a song. I know it's quite simple, but now that's done. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. Hope you don't mind. Hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world.
Very nice, Duke. You know what? As you're singing that, I'm like, I like the lyric. Those lyrics are very fitting for this morning. Kind of a calming and how to appreciate the good fortune you do have on any given day. That was great. Great job, buddy. Good job on your green belt. That was amazing. Very proud of you. Thank you for the memberships, Misko. I caught that in the world. Thank you for the Oprah of memberships. Thank you very much. When you're in the wild. All right, buddy. Sing us out.
We're playing the same game in a psychopathic collected elites. That's why this so one game says you both have a fantastic day. When the banks should bring the spank, Bitcoin could our morning tea.
Unbelievable. Good pitch, buddy.
Oh, the sweet demons turning off.
Good pitch. The kid's got some pitch like you wouldn't believe. Right at the razor's edge. Like there's auto-tune on it, I always say. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, Misco, for throwing out those memberships. Much appreciated. And when I got the news, I will tell you guys the news. And if you want more news, tune into Miss Teen Crypto, Randy Hipper, in about 15 minutes. Thank you very much, everybody.
Make sure you like and subscribe.